I am from Balochistan. I am a human rights activist and a student of journalism. I am a daughter of enforcedly disappeared Dr. Deen Mohammed Baloch. Dr. Deen Mohammed Baloch, who is a political leader and a medical officer who was forcefully disappeared by the state intelligence agencies on 28th June 2009. After the forcible abduction of my father, we have reached on every possible avenue in the pursuit of justice, knocking on all doors, yet his whereabouts remain unknown to this day. The judiciary, meant to be the ultimate protector of justice, has continuously failed families of enforcedly disappeared persons. After many years of searching for my father, I have approached every court and every commission in this country. Despite their promises and the existence of laws addressing enforced disappearances, the systems remains ineffective. The laws seem to be mere formalities with no real implementations or accountability. Families like mine face endless delays and dismissals while court orders are routinely ignored by the authorities. It feels as though the courts are powerless structure, unable or unwilling to enforce the law. For the people of Balochistan, this has become a tragic reality, waiting for years and years without any answer, while those responsible for these crimes act with complete impunity. This failure reflects a deeper systematic neglect of Balochistan's issue, leaving us with nothing but hopelessness and the grim realization that justice is far from our reach. The judiciary must not acknowledge its failure but take concrete actions to address this crisis. Anything less is a betrayal of its fundamental purpose. The families of enforcedly disappeared persons face immense challenges, not just in coping with the loss of their loved ones, but also in dealing with constant threats and harassments from security forces. When families attempt to file an FIR, approach the courts, or even organize peaceful protests, they are met with intimidations. Security officials often resort to threatening them with further harm, such as killing of their sons or the abduction of additional family members. These tactics aim to silence their voices and break their resolves. Families live in constant fear, knowing that any step forward justice could bring more suffering. This deliberate strategy creates a climate of oppression, isolating victims and preventing them from seeking help or sharing their stories. Baloch women, in particular, bear the brunt of this pressure. As protectors of their families, family members, and voice of resilience, they are often targeted in unique and different ways. Security forces have been known to call their families, issuing warnings to stop pursuing justice or to withdraw them from protests. In many cases, these threats are accompanied by relentless social and psychological pressures. Despite these challenges, Baloch women have shown extraordinary courage by stepping forward to lead protests, hold hunger strikes, and even speak out internationally. However, their bravery comes at a significant cost as they continue to face threats, harassments, and societal stigma for their activism. While families in Balochistan face such unimaginable hardships, the silence of the international community adds another layer of injustice in Balochistan. Pakistan's practice of enforced disappearance is not a hidden crime in the eyes of the world. It has been documented and reported by global human rights organizations. Yet the international response remains muted. Why? Why? Because the geopolitical interests and alliances often overshadow the plight of Baloch people. Countries that speak loudly about human rights and in other regions to ignore these atrocities, either due to their political inconvenience or strategic partnerships with Pakistan. This selective activism undermines the very principle of justice and human rights they claim to uphold. Today, I might have been there attending that event in person, but I have been prevented from traveling by the state authorities of Pakistan. The international community must take a firm stance against Pakistan's illegal abductions and enforced disappearances. Global pressure, whether through sanctions, investigations, or public condemnations, is essential to hold Pakistan accountable and give the people of Balochistan a hope that their voices will be heard beyond their borders. In conclusion, the families of enforcedly disappeared persons face a multifaceted struggle, from the threats and harassments by security forces to their societal pressure on Baloch women, and finally, the deafening silence of the international community. This is not just a legal or political issue, it is a humanitarian crisis that demands immediate attention. By breaking the silence and amplifying these stories, we can move one step closer to justice for the enforcedly disappeared persons